Welcome back. In this video we're going to look at some of the settings that you can control for your YouTube account. Now we're not going to go into every little nuance, but just give you an idea of where these controls are, some of the major things that you can do. So to start with, go up to your profile and pick Settings. And this is really where you're going to access everything for your Google account. Notice there's a menu at the left with some subcategories. The overview or main page is where you would start. Clicking on the name of your channel, in this case Tools Data, will simply bring you to that channel where you can customize the layout, etc. And we're going to do an entire video on this. There's a lot here, so it's just one way to access it. Now this Edit on Google will bring you to this area where you can change this picture. That's the main thing you can do in here. I'm going to cancel this for now. And this picture, the one that loads here, is the one that's going to load up in the upper left corner of your YouTube channel. Now notice that there is no picture here. This is just the default symbol I'm getting from Google. If I flip over to a channel, this is where the picture would load. So this is the channel art, and then up here in the corner there's this little overlay of a picture. Okay, so in order to do that, you can click there. You can take a picture with your camera. Or you can click on it and simply upload a picture into that area. Okay, there's a link to your privacy checkup. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but you can go through this now and it'll bring you through all your different settings. And it's not a bad idea to actually go through this process. Okay, you do also have an advanced link. Okay, and there's several things you can do here. There's something called a custom URL. So instead of just taking the address that's given to you, you can customize that. And that makes a lot of sense if you're a business, to get something that's a little easier to remember. But for our purposes, we're probably not going to use that. It has gives you actually your user ID for YouTube for this particular account and the channel ID. So this will remain the same for all channels when you're logged in with this particular account, and of course each channel will get a slightly different ID. Okay, you also can select this particular channel as your default for this particular login. So in other words, when you come in, instead of it asking where you want to go, you would simply come here first. Now you can always switch between accounts, so it's not a big deal, but if you want to, you can do that, save a couple of minutes when you log in each time. It's telling you your account type is standard, but it's going to ask you to review or allow you to review YouTube Red, which is again a paid service where advertisements and stuff are limited. Account settings. If you click on that, it's going to bring you to the security settings section, which is very, very involved. It's linked to the privacy checkup that we looked at, the security, your sign-in, your passwords, everything is here. Okay, the next link allows you to add or remove managers. So basically this would allow you to share access with some other people. Again, often used for a business where maybe you own the account but you have somebody who's doing regular updates and needs access to the account. So very much like sharing in the whole Google environment, works very much the same way. Now, we looked at this before. This is where you can see the channels that you currently have or create a new channel as needed. And then the additional features link brings you to some things you might not be aware of. Like right now, uploading images is enabled, so I can upload videos to my channel, and that's set by default. Monetization. So if this was a commercial site and I was looking to make money for it, this is currently ineligible. I would have to make some setting changes to make it eligible, and then, not really something we would do for a school site or an educator site. Definitely not something we would do. But this is where it's turned on for someone who's looking to make this part of their business. Okay, live streaming. Okay, if I wanted to hold some type of event and have that streamed live, a webinar or a video blog or whatever, I could do that. I'm simply going to have to enable it over here. Live streams is ineligible. But again, a lot of these things can become eligible if there was something you were interested in. You just have to look into the changes that you have to make in order to get your account eligible. Now this one, longer videos. In my case, it's enabled, but you're going to come in and find this is perhaps eligible to start with, and this would allow you to post videos longer than 15 minutes. Now, in most cases, I don't recommend it because your audience more than likely is going to appreciate shorter videos to the point, and you can always do a series of them on a particular topic. But if there was a reason, if there was some reason you needed to upload longer videos, you simply go to enable it, and there's a little bit of a process to it. It checks your account to see if you're in good standing, and then it sends you a text, and you have to go through this little process, and then it's enabled. And there is a limit to the number of different channels you can enable in a single year for this. But it's just good to know it's here if you ever have the need. Okay, this little feature allows us to post videos that are either unlisted or private, to choose custom thumbnails or pictures to represent our videos before they start playing, annotations, paid content, super chat. So a whole series of things that probably most of us are not going to be interested in initially, but just know that this is where you would come to make adjustments there. Okay, connected accounts. Right now I could choose to connect with my Twitter account, and then simply when I'm posting to YouTube, there would also be a note that went through my Twitter feed, and you can see that there are certain particular events that I could choose to sync or not sync with my Twitter account over here. So right now this is checked. If I did connect with Twitter when I uploaded a video, a tweet would go out saying the same thing. And then if I added a video to a public playlist, we'll talk about those, or if I liked a video or saved a playlist, different options I can use. Privacy simply brings me to a screen where by default, if I like videos or save playlists or have subscriptions to different channels, etc., I can choose to either have that information public on my site, or if I check these boxes, to keep them private. And likewise, little box showing my activity, I can choose to have that feed notify people when certain things happen or when certain things don't happen, so that it becomes available for people to see. With most Google products, there's a notification feature to have things pop up on your screen, let you know a little reminder when certain things happen, and this is where those settings exist. On your Play app, there's a couple of playback options. So when you're watching videos, do you want to see annotations in video notifications? Things that pop up on the video, and you can choose to do that or not do that, or show captions. And then connected TVs, which most of us really are not using, but these settings all have to do with playing videos on your TV. Okay, so basically, outside of a few of these, such as creating a channel or maybe adjusting the picture, the overlay picture in your banner, probably not going to spend a tremendous amount of time in the settings, but it's good to know what's here and at least where to find this area if you find that you want to make some type of adjustment to your site. This is where you would look to do so.